What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my afterthoughts as far as building the engine on the Jeep SRT. As it sits right now, it's actually outside that garage door, and I've got the garage doors closed because of lighting and all that other stuff. However, one question I wanted to ask you guys is, do you prefer shorts or do you prefer long form videos like the one I'm filming right now? One of the things that somebody had mentioned is on cold start, it sounded like shit, for lack of a better term. And there's a reason for that. On the forged pistons, I need to double check my notes. The forged pistons, there's two different types of forged pistons. There is the 2618, which is a low silicon content piston, and then there's the 4032, which is a higher. It says around 11% silicon content. Basically what that means is that the two different types of forged pistons have different properties. The 2618 piston requires more time to warm up, or not necessarily more time to warm up, but it is a little bit louder as far as what's called piston slap. So you're going to hear the pistons knocking around in there a little bit, and it is normal. And one way that they remedy that or minimize additional wear is by adding a coated piston skirt. I do have to apologize. I sound a little bit nasally. I got exactly what you think I have, and I've been sitting at the house for going on 6 days now, trying to be productive, but this fatigue is really just getting to me. So the reason why I wanted to do this follow-up video is because it's been about 2 weeks and a couple hundred miles. We're not quite at our first real oil change. So after you build the engine, you have to start it and run it for 30 minutes, varying engine speed or RPM, and then you do your first oil change after half an hour. After that, it's, I'd say, 300 to 500 miles, depending on how you feel about it. But what that does is it gets all the little metal shavings and everything wears into itself. One thing that I was not really anticipating was the stress factor for myself, because normally, I've built plenty of engines before, and normally when I'm doing it, it's for a customer and I'm covered by company insurance. That is not the case with this engine, so everything has to be perfect. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, did I do this, that, or the other thing? And I know I did, but let's just say we're constantly driving around with the oil pressure gauge pulled up so I can monitor it like a crackhead. And one last thing I wanted to talk about as far as the forged pistons go is about 90% of people that install these forged pistons are on a supercharged application, and you can't really hear any of that piston slap over the supercharger whine. That's about all there really is to the forged pistons, and there's not much we can say about them after that. I will be doing a video on that first oil change so you guys can see what kind of stuff comes out of the engine, and it always throws me for a loop, after breaking in an engine and seeing kind of like metal chunks coming out of it. But we'll get that oil changed, and then we're just gonna go from there. Another question that a lot of people have asked me is how much this costs. Basically, budget for 3 times the amount of things. So I had a couple of things come up after I dropped the car off to get tuned. The radiator exploded, but the cooling fan failed, so it wasn't cycling on and off. And then the radiator exploded on the dyno. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of that just because I wasn't there. The car was at the tuner for about a week. We're gonna financially recover from this engine build, and then we're gonna start looking at supercharger stuff. From what I've been told, the engine will now hold probably 30 pounds of boost before it starts getting back into the questionable range, and that's bumped up from the 6 pounds of boost that the factory 392 can handle. Even though the engine can hold 30 pounds of boost, we're probably going to be running closer to 20 pounds. The transmission will then be in question as well as the transfer case and the rear differential. For those of you that have made it all the way to this part of the video, I just wanted to say thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, the whole 9 yards. We've got our new merchandise. The links for those are in the description below. And yeah, I'm gonna go lay down because I really don't feel good. Like, I feel really out of it. Brain fog, fuzzy. I'm not congested. Yeah, both of those are good to go. But I don't know, guys. I really want to pursue the YouTube stuff some more. I'm really appreciative and fortunate to have you as an audience, somebody that listens to my ramblings. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'm gonna go lay down, get some rest. Hopefully my next test comes back negative. That would be fantastic. And until the next video, guys, I'll catch you later. I'm out. Peace. This thing's cool. Stupid.